arguing of who gets to say this first. And she's like, I do it every time. So boom. Nailed it.
Welcome to Geek Responsibly. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Episode 9.
Yeah, we were just talking about what episode it was.
Which
and
is
so
6
both
upside
of us...
down.
Oh,
Wait, upside right? 9 is 6 upside down. Right side up. 9 is...
Whatever it may be. We both wanted to say 999.
And we were also in the middle of drawing lines on our hands because now we're obsessed with the idea of going to a palm reader. So
How did this even happen?
I don't know.
Where did we start with this?
We kind of just like dug in. I'm not sure. It was what we were talking about first. We were showing the like pictures, and then we were talking about the bathroom picture, and then we just kind of went right into hands. Oh, your manly hands. I said, look, my fingers. I think no, that was in the middle.
Nope, that was in the middle again. So we're not really sure how we started talking about lines on our hands. I think it was because I was telling you that I was wrinkly.
Yes, so she was talking about how her hands are wrinkly because she massages. So she's like, I'm so haggard.
Oh wait, I got this.
Okay.
We were talking about how I have like to use lotion, a specific lotion, because my hands hurt so bad because of massage for 13 years. And my hands are so wrinkly and have so many lines.
Picking up what you're putting down. Yeah,
exactly.
So we talked about that, wrinkly hands. And then we're like, oh my God, look at your lines on your hands versus mine. They're so different. And then you're like, we should totally get readings. And then we just started drawing on our hands and started trying to Google it. So now I think we're going to, in the future, I think we're going to do a palm reading as amateurs. Well, we should read each other's palms. And then we'll have to go to a professional, and see and kind of compare and see what we get.
Which would be if we're psychic and awesome.
Because I've never actually done palm reading. We've done tarot cards.
Yep.
But we've never done palm reading. So
I feel like to totally bring it to a geeky center, like a Tootsie Pop, remember the scene in Tarzan where he puts his hand up next to the
spread? Yeah. Yes! And he does it with Jane. And then it goes around in a circle when it's raining. Because he does it in the rain, remember?
Yes.
But I don't know the song. But he does. Here's the thing.
All I want to do is the circle of life.
That's wrong thing. So
beep, poop.
We do need. That's the same movie, but wrong. So we need a video because I'm trying to explain. Like in Tarzan, he does like it. He comes at you fingers first, right? Fingers hitting the palm, and then like slides.
Really? I have not watched it for a very long time.
I can't remember. Maybe it's like right on the knuckles on the inside. He's like a smooth glove.
I'll have to look at it.
I'm probably so wrong, but like I just kind of remember that because he comes like this. He's got like a monkey paw.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like unfurls his fingers, and he's like. I don't know why it's burning into my brain. Oh, so that brings us to shout outs. Who was the wonderful, lovely lady who was tweeting us, and she thought the movie was The Gate, but it's not The Gate, and it was The Cat's Eye because we went out to.
Was it The Cat's Eye?
Yes. So we went out for ramen a couple days ago, and we were going through the Twitter feed, and we're gonna have to look up the name. But she was saying, I'm pretty sure, she's like, hey, I think I know what that movie is about, the troll stealing the breath of the kid. And she had mentioned it was The Gate, which it is not The Gate. But
The Gate is very terrifying.
As soon as she read it, and she's like, oh, The Gate, I was like, oh, shit, that movie. So all I can remember from The Gate, because I think I pushed a lot of it out of my brain, was they play a record backwards, some kind of demonic thing, and then the backyard, underneath this tree, there's like red light, and then the ground starts like opening up. That's all I really can remember. But because of that, I started Googling.
You do that every time, and I love it.
Googling.
I still can't believe you don't listen to our podcast because it is hilarious. And her name's Jennifer Newman, by the way.
Yes, Jennifer Newman. Thank you. So because of that, I dug deeper and found out it's a Stephen King short, and it's called The Cat's Eye. And I think it's only like 8 minutes long. It's like a little short. I don't know how I freaking saw it. But yeah, it was The Cat's Eye.
Because we looked it up and then we started watching it, and I was like, ew, like the little troll dude is so disgusting. And then why wouldn't they have woken up with that bird? And like, why did they have to kill that bird?
I just don't like how it like comes through the wall and then it's like rustling about. It's like, ew. So yeah, so it's only 8 minutes long. Check it out. You can find it on YouTube if you want to be, I was going to say branded for life, but that's not what I meant. Scarred for life.
Same thing though. You can be branded.
So we talked about that. I did want to give a shout out to my partner in crime, my beloved, my Roy Cop, because he texted me this week and was like, listen to the podcast. Also, he's my fact checker. So as he was listening to the podcast, he's texting me how I'm wrong. And he's like, it's not a goat horn, it's a ram horn. And I was like, oh, thanks, babe. Like, it's just funny.
It's just true love.
Yeah, so he's like telling me, he's like screaming that he wants to like yell at me saying, you're saying it wrong, or you said this person's name wrong. So definitely my fact checker. But he texted me, he's like, you guys are really funny and I enjoy listening. And that was like really awesome to finally see that and be like, wow, there's so much support, you know, because I was always kind of worried, like, oh, I don't know, like, I hope people enjoy it. But then to hear from my husband who's listening to us at work, I'm like, oh, that's super sweet.
Yeah.
So I really was happy to see that.
And another one, I was actually messaging my old buckle buddy, and why are you looking at me funny?
Buckle buddy?
Buckle buddy. Well, when I worked at Buckle.
I know, but if you just say buckle buddy.
Actually, that does sound really bad. So I apologize.
It's like we were talking about doing the handshake from JD and Turk from Scrubs, and they end up like having they touch their hips together. So when you say buckle buddy, that's what I imagine.
I mean, I guess
it was up high, down low. Yeah. And they're like, I never really like how that ends.
But I was just messaging him. So shout out to you, Theus. You're super awesome. But he messaged me and he was like, love your podcast. You know, and I was like, oh man, I didn't even know he was listening.
That's
and
cool.
So it was really cool that he even like wrote, you know, keep up the great content.
Got emojis and everything.
I know.
What? That means
like we like your faces. So thank you all of you that have been listening. So what we have today is a quick wrap up of San Diego Comic-Con and a couple other things.
Yeah, it was kind of funny how everything worked out. We had a little bit of a hiatus, and we were talking about San Diego Comic-Con a couple weeks earlier, I think, right?
A couple of times, yeah.
And as fate would have it, I ended up having to fly over to visit family, and I was in town. So I actually was in downtown San Diego. So it was an interesting twist of fate how that ended up happening. So the first thing I'm going to say is eat my fucking own words, because the last time we were like, there's just all hype, and you have to go, and there's better places to go, and me, and all this shit.
I think we were just being salty bitches.
We were really
super salty. Because I myself as well said the same thing, like, oh, San Diego is just a hype. Now, again, I went last year, and I think it was more so because I was just super overwhelmed. I only went one day. I worked it.
You were working for the
I was working.
Not like working it. Yeah, I know you were working.
I was up there in the club, twerking.
She was working the corner. Working it. No, you were working the actual
I was
show.
working a booth, and I went around a little bit, and it was just, I think I was just so upset and beside myself that I couldn't, like, I could have probably gone and, like, been there for the whole weekend, but it was just, you know.
Work. It was work.
There was a lot of work, and then it was also like you drive up there, and I think we drove on like Friday, so it was like by the time you get there, you're like
tired. And
yep. I went to bed. I think we went out to eat and got like one of those burritos with French fries in it because I saw it on one of those
burritos.
Yeah. So
that's what you fucking get.
Yeah, I was like, oh well, we have to at least get food here, and so like I got that, and then like the next day I got all dolled up, and we went, and then. It was just more like I got to meet like Scotty Young, so that was like my hype. And then I met up with my cousin's husband who works with Aspen Comics, and so like I was mostly going through the comic artist alley area.
Yeah,
it wasn't like I was going to Hall H or anything and listening to panels, which now we're both like,
fuck.
Oh, why didn't we go? And all these things started happening, and like
we were salty because we didn't think about it, and we didn't fucking sign up for tickets. And
then
we're like, well, I don't fucking know who wants to go to con anyway. And then I end up in San Diego.
Yep.
And I have a friend who was trying to get me in. She's like, hey, I have tickets. I'll be down there when you're down there. If you have time, which I'll tell you, I had both a great experience and a shitty experience with what happened. But she's like, hey, I can let you borrow my badge, go in and swap out. So we get there, and I'm trying to we flew, which we'll never do again. We flew this time, and we were delayed. We're going from Arizona to California. Usually when we go, it's like a 5-6 hour drive. We got delayed 3 times. By the time we got to California, we would have gotten there 30 minutes earlier had we driven. And then we got delayed coming back to Arizona as well, which fucking sucked. So I'm like, next time we'll just drive. Plus, not having a car, especially during San Diego Comic-Con, fucking sucks, because we don't stay downtown. We stay with family that's a little further out. It's about 45 to an hour drive in. Had we had a car, it would have been a little bit more better, because we felt bad asking family to drop us off.
I was going to say, how did you get there?
Yeah, I really didn't want to Uber. We were worried it was going to be crazy.
It's going to be astronomical.
It wasn't bad. I think it was we saw it on there being $40 or $30, but we just ended up not using that at all.
Yeah.
So we got down
there. $40 and $30 is still detrimental when you're wanting to buy art.
Yeah, and we were
and
down,
toys.
well, and carrying all that stuff too. So
yeah.
we were down there. We ended up riding the coaster back the first night, which wasn't so bad, because the coaster and Uber would have been the same. But with the coaster, you're done at 8 o'clock, and you fucking don't miss it, because it doesn't run anymore after that. On Thursday, I think it runs at 9 on Friday. But the pro of not having a car is you don't have to worry about fucking parking, because I think we were walking downtown. We were there for about 7 hours waiting for my friend to come out. Her phone dies. Never really realized it died, and then I missed my chance to get into the con, which was fucking sad face, super fucking frustrating. But the whole time I'm like, it's fine if we don't go in, it's fine. There's stuff to do outside. There's not that much stuff to do outside. It's definitely changed from the 5 years that I was there before. But so we're walking around, and obviously we missed our chance to get there. There was a couple things we could get. Mark was looking for a couple action figures that he picked up. There was other things that he thought he could get, but then found out while we were there that you had to go into the convention for. At one point, we were standing outside ready to ask people who had a one-day pass who were leaving. We were there to be like, hey, are you done? Can we take we will buy the ticket off of you. Mm-hmm. But both of us, I think, were too scared, and, God forbid they catch you selling and buying tickets. It's a bad juju, so we didn't do that.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Also, they're the badge police, and they're like, you can't come in next year.
Yeah.
And the 5 years after.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
So, but walking around not having a car, we saw parking for $60.
Yep.
And then later that night, it was up to $80 just to park downtown. So that was oh shit, I'm kind of glad we don't have a car to worry about that stuff. But with Friday and Saturday, there was other opportunities that we could have tried to go down there, but not having a car of our own made it impossible to get down there. Mm-hmm. And we really didn't want to bother family and friends to haul us down there for maybe a chance to have her come out and give us her badges for a few hours. Because it didn't work the first day, so I was afraid it would not work the rest of it. So we kind of just pushed it out of our mind and tried to enjoy California in a different way than focusing on the con. But there was a pop-up party I wanted to go to so bad, but he didn't release the location till 9 o'clock at night. I was watching it on Twitter. Less than 3 minutes after he's done it, they have people pulling out, crowding the streets, crowding other businesses. They got cops called on them because they're crowding everything up, and there was no way that you could get in. They had a limit of maybe 200 people or something.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I wouldn't have been able to get in anyway unless I was just serendipitously standing in front of the fucking place that they decided to have it at. So it was just some crazy stuff. But some good things about it was I was walking around and I came across these lovely ladies, and it was called Girls Drawing Girls. Girls with TNA, Talent and Ambition. They draw pinup stuff. She's laughing because we found this picture. It's probably our favorite. It's on their
Instagram. Girls, it's girls drawing, but DRAWIN.
Girls.
Girls drawing girls.
Girls drawing girls.
Because if we emphasize drawing differently, they know that how we're saying it is how to spell it. Drawing. Is
that what I said?
No, because we're both girls drawing girls.
Girls drawing.
Because there's no G. All we have to say is there's no G in drawing.
Oh yeah, huh? You're right. She's right.
But we keep saying it like that they can see what we're
girls
saying.
drawn
Girls drawn.
Girls drawn girls. But there's this picture on there, and it's a cat.
It's from July 17th.
It's a cat, and she's sitting in male boxers on a chair with her knees apart, smoking a cigarette, drinking what appears to be either wine or champagne.
I'd say catnip.
Well, that's no.
Because they have those new catnip wines.
It's a drink. Titties out, and it just says "fuck it" on it. This face, and I've been there. We've all been there as ladies. She's just like on the chair, like "fuck it." It's too hot. I don't give a shit. Like she's just has that "I don't give a shit" face, holding a glass of champagne, smoking, and just like tits out, and just totally like relaxed in a chair. It's hilarious.
So even better, there is a dead plant to her right, or her left, however you want to look at it.
It's pretty awesome.
But I think what would make this even better, because she's kind of got that like I'm done for the day, fuck it look, and I'm already smoking a cigarette and wine.
It looks like she just finished work.
Yeah, I wish there was like
Came
on
home.
her other leg a tiny like kitten, like she would have kittens like pulling at her leg, like mom, come on. Do this.
No,
she's all like, fuck it.
I like that it's just like she got out of work. It's when you get home and like
that is true.
Second you get home, you close your door and you strip down.
Yep, you take off your bra.
Yep, take off your bra. You can take off your pants, whatever. But yeah, she like stripped down, sat in a fucking chair where you sit out, so you like make your fupa worse. You're just like, just kind of like fucking slouched in there.
For those of you who don't know what a fupa is, it's a fat upper pussy area.
I didn't know that's what it really was.
Really?
I knew like that's the area, but I didn't know
that. A fat upper pussy area.
Oh, it sounds gross when you
it's
say
even
it.
better is when pupils hang.
Oh.
And then they like pick it up.
I just know that like for my cat.
I want to know like
they do that.
What do they do when they're doing doggy style? Do you lift it up and like?
It's a different podcast.
So okay. On that note,
we saw them at San Diego.
Girls Drawn Girls, definitely look them up.
They have some fun ones. Oh, there's another one saying it's Friday, but I can't see it. I think she's in a pool.
Oh, I guess it might be a cat that they do draw often. Yep, same
Boobs
thing.
out.
Boobs out in a hot tub,
wine,
drinking wine, and it's Friday.
What? So that's where my map went. I don't know. Check them out. They have some really cute stuff, and they do a lot of.
I love this pencil that she's writing.
Yeah, they do like it's girls with talent and ambition, so girls with TNA, and they do pinups. It's girls drawing like pinups. Some of them are pinups, some are other things. But it was really cool. I was pretty excited to kind of stumble across them while I was in California.
Yeah, definitely take a look. We always like local art and people who are talented. Cause
technically, they're not local, but
they're not. But in general, they're not like.
I just like seeing women doing stuff like that. Like I want to support women drawing that kind of stuff because it can be like a male kind of dominant thing. So I liked seeing girls.
And I love how guys draw females, and then like I always would comment to those that I was actually talking to previously, and I'd be like, nipples don't swoop up like that. Like you made them like a ski slope. Like mine don't do that. Who are you looking?
Do.
And then I was like starting to
Googling?
Look. Yeah. Oh yeah, because but he puts the nipple like up here, and then the breast tissue is down here, and I'm like,
boobs are different. All kinds of different. But yeah, so
boobies. I'm like, make them at least like one's lopsided than the other.
Yeah,
that's real life.
Asymmetrical. But yeah, so it was cool to be downtown. I don't feel like there was a lot more to do downtown than there was the year I went. The year I went, it felt like it was spilling out of the convention. This not so much. So I don't know if the con is like really cracking down on things happening outside. So a lot of it was just walking around. We sat in a bar to just beat the heat because it was hot as shit.
Yeah.
And then we saw some local stuff. There was like they were doing some campaign for Star Trek whiskey that was coming out, so you could go in and go through the Star Trek Discovery and see their outfits.
That's the one I sent you. I did a review on it.
Oh. No, I didn't see. I don't remember it. Sorry, she's so mad at me.
God.
But yeah, I walked in there and they were doing that. We saw that. We saw the girls. There was a couple other galleries going on, but a lot of it was just walking out and there was people in cosplay in the street. Mm-hmm. So I saw that, but they won't even. So we also walked behind because we went through the Marriott because there was a Dragon Ball Z thing going on. So we walked around the Marriott and came up around the back of the con. So we saw everyone camping and all that stuff. Came around and saw a lot more cosplayers. Well, actually, there wasn't too many this year. But when we left and came back later in the evening, we were going up towards the front, and they won't, without a badge, you can't even get past and stand up front anymore. Like, you can't pass the light rail thing, and they won't let you actually approach the building at all. Which I was very surprised. Like, they can't, they're like, nope, you can't get close. I'm like, what? So
that was just don't want people slipping through or switching badges again.
Maybe.
So that's the biggest thing is, like, when we had to wait for badges, we had to go and wait on the other side by IGN's booth. But that also leads me to, with San Diego Comic-Con, personally, I feel like it is definitely geared more towards actors and movies and TV shows, not really about the artists anymore, which is kind of a bummer. And I think artists really need to get that attention that they deserve. I know a lot of local artists here that drive all the way there, and even one that went there, he wasn't invited. Again, you have to be invited to actually be a booth there. And then, not even alone do you have to be invited, you have to pay for your booth. And it's hundreds of dollars. Yeah. And then what people do is they'll actually share a table. Yeah. So now you have an artist who now only has real estate for half of a table, or even like a third of a table.
6 foot or 8 foot table, if that.
No, not even. Like, literally like this. Like, that's how much stuff that they are able to put out. Maybe probably like 2 feet. Not even a foot. And then they're there and they sit on the side. And then they're like, and then people go by and they're like, hey, like, take a look at my art, and people just walk by.
I feel like I did see some people coming out with art. I saw someone had like a Iron Giant thing that was signed, but most of the stuff I saw was everyone coming out with the giant swag bags. You have people standing in line for 2 days to get to Hall H. I do feel like it's a lot of that. I didn't go in, but I still saw a couple celebrities outside of the convention, which was exciting, but I can't actually say anything to anyone because I'm a weirdo and just freeze up. But there, like,
we'll get her to say hi to someone.
We were saying, like, the hype. We were like, oh, it's just all hype. But at the same time, it's like being in San Diego and not being able to physically go in. There was definitely that pull of like, well, I really want to be a part of it. So it really sucked not being able to go in. And I really, and I think even while I was there and it was still going on, I was already registering to hopefully maybe try to win the lottery next year to get in. Because you have to win the lottery to even get a chance to get the tickets. Yep. So hopefully next year we can actually go. I think it'd be fun to actually experience it. Outside was not bad, but I only played that gamble for 1 day. Because I was downtown for 7 hours. Yeah. Walking around, waiting.
Just hoping.
Waiting that she would text me. Aww. And didn't get texted until I was texting her saying, it was like 7 o'clock at night. And I'm like, hey man, like I have to go visit friends. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm at dinner. My phone died. Sorry it didn't work out. And I was just, being polite and also being like, yeah, bummer, sucks. But inside I was like, oh, like it sucks so bad. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, and that's how I wrote, how many days would you actually commit to? And to be honest, because we have this podcast, next year we can actually apply for press release badges.
Which you still need to do the lottery, I think, for because I flew over with someone like that too.
Yeah, we have to put other paperwork in. Yeah. So I will definitely take a look at that, but also I already have my member ID, and I had it from the previous year that I went, but I also had like a guest badge, so that pretty much trumped anything that I got to go anywhere, which I didn't even get to use. So we already kind of talked about like the con killing, that there's like mini cons and meetings and other things that are out there. You kind of said it. They kind of are stopping a lot of things that are outside unless they're already running it or they're being run by other bigger things like Netflix or...
Not even that much. Like the only thing I saw going on out there was sci-fi was everywhere. They were running bingo buses and they were running karaoke buses.
Weird.
So they had a double-decker like London bus and people were singing karaoke, which was pretty amazing.
That is actually awesome.
But that's like the two major things. But besides like walking around, I saw just galleries of artwork, but I didn't see... Or I saw them like, hey, come in, look at the stuff. We're going to be selling whiskey today or whatever. But I didn't see like, you could walk in a bar and there was trivia going on, or you could go and walk into a bar and find out the cast of Doctor Who is bowling or some shit like that. I didn't see at all. It was mostly just promotional, people promoting something, and it wasn't like a big event. It was just like, oh, look at our stuff and pay if you want to have a picture. They lock down all of that stuff, and they don't let them really do anything. They actually, like, from what I heard, they pull them out away from the con to go eat and do other things, like actors. And so I'm sure also it's probably like a security thing. Well, I think that, and I think because as you know from 2 years ago from Phoenix Comic-Con, where that kid just like walked through and was about to like blow off the Green Power Ranger's head. Yeah, there was that. Good job. There was that. And there's the thing where it's like with the Nerd HQ shutting down, like I could probably see it because at that point they were taking over Petco Park, and then there were more people going to go there than the con, because they were offering more shit, more cool stuff to be done versus the con didn't. So I don't know. It sounds like the Nerd HQ, I actually would have rather have gone there. Yeah. Because that's what San Diego Comic-Con should be. Agreed. Agreed. I thought it was really cool how they had everything set up. But I mean, I'm hoping maybe we can get it next year. Maybe I can get to a panel. I'm not going to be standing in a panel for 2 fucking days. I'm sorry. Not what I want to do. Though I did hear there's a system where you can do it. You don't necessarily stand in line. You get a ticket and you're in. But then people still will stand in line for the camaraderie of standing in line with other people. And camping out. So people will still do that. I'm just not going to... It's never going to be worth it. Plus... what we were going to talk about, which we should talk about, are the things we're excited about, like the trailers. Because back in the day, if you were in the panel, you get to see the trailers and no one else does. Like, you might be the first people to see it for maybe a couple of months before they get released. Or you get, like, a sneak peek no one else There's still a couple of them that have not dropped. Okay. Their trailers from San Diego Comic-Con. Okay. So just a heads up. I did research that, and as of this year, there were ones that they did not show, such as Venom. So they showed an exclusive Venom trailer, or like a set from the movie, like 5 minutes from the movie or something like that. Sometimes you'll see. I heard it was a new trailer. They have not released it yet, and it shows him complete Venom, and they said that it looks amazing. But they did not hear anything about like Carnage or anything like that. He'll be making an appearance. So that was really cool, and I wanted to tell you that because I know that we talked about it, that there are some times when people will be like, what did you say, like Jurassic Park, or what was the one that like they showed the trailer and then right when you like leave, all of a sudden they for example, like Shazam, I was worried that they weren't going to show it, and then I'm getting, we're seeing it online shortly after the Hall H thing. Or the next day. So like, I wouldn't want to wait 2 days and then go in there and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to see something no one else is going to see it before everyone. But at the same time, like, they're going to Hall H because they're going to see that trailer, but the actors come up, you'll see them, and they get to talk a little bit about the movie. I would probably be interested to sit and listen to them talk about Wonder Woman and about the, maybe where the plot and stuff is going. It'd be cool to see her, but you're in Hall H, which is thousands of people, so you're probably going to push to the back. But to, like, see stuff... Yeah, there is that thing of, like, you see a trailer and then, 5 minutes later it's out into the internet. Which I'm glad they're not, like, trying to hide it and they kind of embrace that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Just because you can't fight it sometimes. Yeah. I think Comic-Con should freaking do a streaming service and then you pay to watch the panels. Because that's what... Oh, that's a great idea. You didn't pay Nerd HQ. He just had it streaming so you could watch the panels from everywhere for absolutely free and on YouTube. Which I'd recommend going back and seeing because I think they're still up there. But I think there was even 1 year, I think there was something. It was like a $10 a month thing. And I don't know if it was like leading up to it, but they had things you could watch and stream. That's where Con Man came from Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion. But they were, I don't know if they were doing panels or they were just doing like Q&A like they do for BlizzCon, where they kind of do like a little segment. But I think it'd be awesome if they actually televised the Hall H and all that shit. And you paid a subscription to, like, for the week. Like, when you pay for when you paid for E3 or you pay for BlizzCon. Like, pay the $60 or $150 or whatever. Be able to stream the panels from your TV. Because BlizzCon does that with Cox Communications, I think. So we can watch anything we want from the BlizzCon. And we get, like, a swag bag full of stuff. Just little fun things that we get every year. That's super awesome. I wish Comic-Con would do that. You get a little bag, maybe, like, a pin, all this shit, and then you can pay, I don't care. I'm sure people would love to pay $200 to sit there and be able to just go through the panels and watch what they want to watch.
Yeah.
I think they should really do that. I don't know if they ever will, but I would pay for that because what if I can't get in?
Yeah.
All those people who can't get in, they'll pay that
and be happy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you can have like little things and up and
feel
coming
like you're
artists
a part of it too.
Yeah.
Like not have to worry about the peer pressure, everyone's in and I'm not kind of thing.
Well, I think it's a great idea too. Like if you had like the little grab bag, but you have like newer up and coming artists or like books that are, or like, you know, issues that are coming out and that you wouldn't know of, a little tiny action figure, like things like that.
You know, the hard part is, the swag bag is going to be like what the bags are that you get at con. It's like a big bag with a poster of a CW show coming out. You know it's going to be TV and Hollywood driven.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I said,
you're so cute. You're like, oh my
go
gosh,
for the
I hope
artist.
it's like a new artist. No, they're not. They've sold out to Hollywood.
They're like Riverdale.
Here's
your Riverdale poster. Good job, girl. Pat on the head.
But yeah, I think it would be awesome if they did something like that.
I got, which was super awesome. I got. One of my awesome coworkers from work came up to me on that next day, after the convention and handed me this awesome swag bag that he got of all these things. And I thought it was so funny because, well, first off, he got a, like, oh my gosh, Game of Thrones, like one of those mystery boxes. And so he kept a lot of it and then gave me like this journal, which was like leather bound and it has like a phrase from Tyrion, which, yes, badass. Little Game of Thrones buttons. And then I got this comic book and it was so funny because I was like looking at it. And again, because I'm pretty getting really well acquainted to artists and other people in that community because of like all the reviews I'm doing and also the cons that I did work. And I was like, I feel like I've seen this. Why do I see this? And I'm like, I saw this signature and I was like, oh my God, this is a local artist. And he's like, oh yeah, I know him. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I know him. Like, I met his fiance. I've hung out with him and her. I'm like, he knows me. So, and it said to Jenna. And then it was from Marat Michaels, who is a local artist, or like a comic book guy here. And they have this Winnie, or like it's Deadpoo. So it's literally Winnie the Pooh dressed up as Deadpool.
Cute. And
they have just like crazy, stupid stories. And I was just like, oh my God. So I had to like take a picture of it and send it to his fiance and be like, look what and Marat really like signed it. It's so funny that out of all the people in San Diego, he goes to Marat's table. So it was really funny. I was trying.
That's awesome and support for that too.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
And I was very thankful for it because again, I love supporting artists, especially local artists. And then obviously, I was trying to get him to track down Scotty Young to get one of my action figures. I think he had Gwen Poole, I think, for this action figure this year, and it didn't happen. But, I'm super upset. He was like, do you want me to buy it? And I was like, if it's not signed by Scotty, no. Like, Scotty's not there. And he's like, yeah, I have to leave, and he'll be on in like 15 minutes after I leave. And I'm just like,
darn.
Fuck.
That's what I felt like my whole experience was, misconnections.
Mm-hmm.
Like from Craigslist.
Oh my God. No, misconnections from Craigslist.
The best thing
we
ever. Should
definitely do a reading of that because I've read those and I was like...
It's hilarious.
So, okay, real quick, totally gearing off. But when we were working at GameStop and I heard about misconnections on Craigslist, I would go on Craigslist and be like, please don't have one on there for me, please. So I'd literally type in GameStop and start reading them.
To make sure.
To make sure that it wasn't for me. Because obviously I looked very distinguished back then. So somebody could describe me.
And you would know.
And I would know it was me. Never have I ever read any of them for me, so thank God.
But they great?
They are hilarious.
You start and you just go down.
Oh my God, I feel so bad though sometimes. Like sometimes they're really, really good.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, train wreck, oh my God, I have to continue reading, but I feel like we're going to hit the wall together, buddy. And there was just some great ones of like these people from GameStop. And I just like could not stop laughing. And then I would like try and read them to people. And then you get into even more of a downward spiral into men seeking
Oh, I've read those too.
Oh. Whole shit. Well, you start with women seeking men.
Yeah.
Then men seeking women.
That's the toe dip.
Yeah, you're like, oh, these are cute. Oh, this one's fun. Oh, this one's just about sex. And then all of a sudden you're like in men seeking whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like,
where's
that was a penis. Whoa!
Where's my security blanket?
How is he bat-winging like that?
Yeah, God.
He's got it pulled out.
See, that's the problem. The internet is so crazy. But yeah, so San Diego wasn't like bat-winging, but it was definitely like miscommunication, just all these windows that were so close and then just didn't happen this year. And again, like I said, I try not to dwell on it too much, because after we found out that we weren't going to get in, we have a connection here at one of our comic shops, and we had found out, he's like, oh, had I known that you guys were there, I would have given you my 4-day pass. I only went there on Thursday, and then I threw out my ticket. He threw it out. He threw it out. And I don't know if he did.
I feel like I just got a dagger to the heart.
Because he went to work. He went to go and buy stuff. And I don't know if he had the badge with him and then flew back here and then tossed it. But yeah, he was like, oh man, yeah, I would have given it to you guys. I tossed it. And I'm like, like really? Like that sucks so bad. So it was just constant, just nothing working. Nothing.
Then you have to think, like, how many times do people do that? And there's just little
I'm going to dig
broken,
through the fucking trash,
right?
Man. I don't care.
Little broken hearts. Like, I would literally, now knowing that, if I don't get in next year, which, just to let you know, we're getting in.
Yeah.
So, I don't even care. I'm going to work, like, Gentle Giant's booth. I don't care. I'll, like, sit over somewhere and be like, I'll be your booth whore.
I want to be that person that if I'm not going to go on Sunday, like, I'm going to walk out Saturday and be like, bless you, person, and I will just give my fucking pass to someone that wants.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. If we can't go in, and we're still going to San Diego, and we're going to stand next to trash cans.
Because we're dumpster people.
Please give badge. I'm gonna look like a homeless person. That's what I'm gonna dress up as.
We'll go stand next to the garbage, but we'll be those fucking garbage pail kids. We'll cosplay as a garbage pail kid.
Oh my god, I love it. This is so adorable.
So then if we can't
smell though.
No,
we have to actually look like we're cosplaying, not like we're...
positive mindset, good vibe that we're actually gonna get in next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna somehow magically
watch. As of right now, they're probably releasing tickets. And we're fucking sitting here talking about it, and they're gonna
you in the fucking face.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go on my phone.
Now I want to check. Like, are they fucking doing tickets? Here, let me just Instagram. I doubt it, but still, I'll be so fucking pissed. Oh my god! Right. We're seriously doing this right now. I'm like, I will lose my shit.
They can hear you typing.
Yeah, hold on.
I love it that she's typing because the mic is right on top of the keyboard.
Oh my god, I can't even fucking make this work right now.
Can't even. What are you doing?
I don't know. Shut up.
Look on that. Oh, look at Kristen Leanne. You look gorgeous. Look at her makeup. There we go. Click on it.
No, it's this one.
Tag. There we go.
No, I don't see anything. Follow for updates.
Click on Comic-Con. Yep. Perfect.
I like how we're just like, oh my god. They're thanking everyone. They've already released 2019 dates. Fuck. That sucks, because if they're releasing the dates now, that means that they're going to double up on the fucking hotels and everything.
We were supposed to do all of that before they did it, so that we could go and just tip of the day.
We just fucking fucked that up.
That's okay.
I don't know. What's this mean? What does this mean? It's Big Show and it's Big Website.
Artist Alley applications are now available.
Okay, so they're doing exhibitor halls, and so we just need to watch this, because they'll tell you when they open that shit up. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I need to get on it now.
I'm gonna just become an artist. Which artist out there wants to go to San Diego with me? And I'm gonna be your booth babe. So hit me up. DM me. I know a lot of you from the local area.
That way, if you need to go to lunch, she's gonna man your fucking chair.
And let me tell you, I have actually analytics of showing all of the things that I've sold and how better I've built someone's business. Anywho, so now that we got all of that out of the way and we're freaking out because we are just waiting for this to open up so that I can...
no one schedules a wedding. I'm like, bye. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm already planning to take off that whole week. Anywho, trailers that I'm excited for. Glass. So that was awesome. And Bruce Willis. Those are the two things that I need to say because Glass and Bruce Willis.
Well, James McAvoy for me. And that split was so fucking weird.
Oh.
And I definitely want to see what happens.
I can't wait. Now, I don't know if I really enjoy the female role that they chose, but that's fine. She's the one from American Horror Story, the circus one.
She's so interesting.
I just feel like she's going to have a head that pops up on the side.
Oh, can't like unsee her from the show.
Yeah. Next one that I absolutely love, Fantastic Beasts.
Oh my god, our girl date's already scheduled.
Yeah. I was like, They show that other trailer. Did you see it?
I saw 2 different trailers.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. So the things that I'm excited for: 1, Jude Law.
Yeah.
2, Johnny Depp. 3, Newt Scamander, which I can't remember his name, but that's okay. He's so super, super adorable.
Red something.
Yes.
I want to say Redfield, but that's not right. It might be right. He was Theory About Everything movie.
I don't know.
Fuck my life.
Exactly.
God damn it. Let me use my phone. I think it's like Redfield. I feel horrible. Because I'm like thinking Resident Evil and Chris Redfield. Shit. Fantastic. This is going so off script. Sorry, guys. Fantastic Beasts. Like Fantastic Four. I'm like, no, that's not
Actually,
what I want.
mine came up with Fantastic Four as well. Aww.
What's his name? IMDb. Eddie Redmayne.
Okay.
Read some. That was close.
And I'm super excited for all of the other beasts that are in there. And
I'm excited for the beasts.
And they're bringing back that other chubby dude that I'm super in love with.
I loved him.
I'm so glad.
I didn't see anything in the trailer with the other chick.
The blonde?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that there's not happy days for him. But I think their connection really pulled for me.
Well,
and I love...
And when she went into the shop after and... Fantastic Beasts. I literally watch that movie when I'm down and out and just wanting to like...
Well, I'm excited for Ezra as well. Mm-hmm. Did you see his outfit at the Comic-Con? Mm-mm. He was like a Princess Toad, so he was wearing like women's lingerie with garters and everything, and had like this big... It was fucking adorable. And I think he was a Harry Potter person the last time too.
That is awesome.
Killed it.
You were excited or just sad about Godzilla?
Godzilla, yes. Godzilla I'm excited for just because I am ready to see it fight other things and have like a nice like Godzilla thing. Because they were planning on making this universe already. So I think it's going to have Mothra in it. It's going to have a couple other ones of his enemies. So I don't know how big it's going to get. Mm-hmm. But I really enjoyed the other movie. It was fun. And it's like, let them fight.
It just reminds...
Did you see the movie?
Tractor!
There's this whole thing. So, and they made this funny...
Oh my god. Will you sit in the movie theater? Oh, so let's watch it.
Not when you're screaming
Hold on. Let me preface this. Can we watch it and then watch it again like later when it's like completely like nobody's going to it and I can sit there and go, Tractor!
So I want to see it because there was, I can't remember who it is on YouTube, but they always make this thing and it's kind of like how it should have ended, movies how they should have ended.
Yeah.
And it always had that guy, he's like, I'm Batman. Well, they had this they did it with that, and I always remember the let them fight part because he like drew him like sitting there and they're like, oh, they're going to ruin the city and everything else. And the guy's just like, the guy from Last Samurai. The Emperor's dude, he's like, let them fight. I'm like, fuck, you're ruined. He's like, really? This doesn't seem like a really good idea. He's like, nah, it's fine. Just let them destroy each other. So I'm excited to see that. I'm ready for like a good monster movie. I'm also fucking excited for Shazam.
I'm super excited for blah, 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 word. Shazam. When I saw the trailer, I was like, at first I was like, oh, this is the one that Bridget was talking about. I'm going to be skeptical.
How fun does it look?
This is actually really cute. Oh, wait. I really like that he turned into a man.
Yeah, that's Shazam.
Like, this is so cool.
Yeah,
so I actually am super excited about that.
I'm excited because it's a lighter DC. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited they have, obviously, Zach, because he's my favorite. But I like the Shazam character being a child and then being transformed into a man for, like, the powers. It feels like it's going to be, like, big. and a superhero movie put together.
Yeah.
Because he's still supposed to be a 14-year-old kid.
Tom Hanks is awesome.
That's what I'm excited about, because I'm hoping some of that kind of goes
Tom
into
Hanks
this.
in Big reminds me of Lost Boys, which reminds me that we need to watch Lost Boys.
What? So
I love Lost Boys.
I know, but this is so such an odd little turn you took.
I know, sorry.
But so I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be like the superhero movie I want. It's going to be something fun from the DC universe, because everything else has been really, really like dark and moody. So I'm ready to see something fun, and I feel like, because I liked Big as a movie on its own, that I feel like it's going to bring a little bit of nostalgia, because he was testing out his abilities. He's going to his best friend like, hey, I don't know what to do, like, what do you do?
Yeah, like, don't scream, it's me.
Yeah, because like that's what I would do if I had powers. I'd come to you and be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, maybe help me out with this.
And then I'd be the cool kid going like, let's try this. Let's see what you can actually do.
Like, I know what we can do. But
that's so funny.
I'm excited for that. One thing that's not on this list that I want to say to you again is we need to go see the movie 8th Grade. It's like that Bo Burnham. I really want to see it. I keep seeing the stuff on Instagram about it. I'm really excited to kind of go and check it out soon. I know it's not Comic-Con related, but it looked like a really good movie.
Yeah, that actually looked really good, so I definitely will. I did watch Aquaman. I actually thought it was kind of cool that they did a...
he looked lighthearted as well. Like, it's not a dark DC movie. Like, that looked kind of
There were a couple of dark spots, but it doesn't look dark in the sense of DC.
I'm fucking excited for Ocean Master and fucking Black Manta.
Yeah, I did see a lot of people already
Manta
saying that.
So bad.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So fucking bad.
Which, with talking about darkness, from redness to whiteness. That's Tobuscus. So Toby Turner, if you ever listen to this, I
don't think he does YouTube anymore.
Yes, he does.
Does he?
Yeah. And
remember when we got so excited that he went to high school with Blue Mountain State dude?
Thad Castle.
Get out of my house! If you guys have never seen it, you need to Google YouTube Blue Mountain State, and it's Thad Castle, and it's the most hilarious thing. He like screams amazing. I think I would shit my pants if I met him in real life.
Oh my god.
He looks like such a cool dude, and we just fucking have so much fun every time we think about that. It's so great.
Oh my god, I absolutely love him. And like, seriously, I would watch...
We said
so many times my pocket pussy.
Use the pocket pussy. So yeah, no, it was on Netflix. We stumbled across it forever ago. It was so fucking funny. We kept sending each other the little like snippets from the show so much, and you can't listen to it at work. Like, you can't really listen to us at work, but you can't listen to that at work with it turned up, because this guy is just screaming so perfectly.
Get out of my house! Oh god, he is awesome. Speaking of Tobuscus, though, the other day he mentioned something to like post, and I thought it was hilarious.
I just keep remembering like mini tartar, tiny mini tartar.
Oh my god, I love. So Tobuscus back in the day, I seriously watched nonstop. Yeah, like he was literally the thing that started me in YouTube.
Yeah.
And definitely mini
tata.
And what's even better though is I would always sing. This was literally the thing that I would always sing was sideburns on the side of my face. And then he had this part
in my mind when you say
it. And as my head turns, you can see them in the same place. My sideburns. But anyhow,
that reminds me of Bo Burnham's kind of comedic thing. Except every time I watch some of his stuff, it's funny. But then at the end, you're like, shit, he actually... Like, he has some meaningful, deep shit in there, which is crazy.
Because sideburns are meaningful and deep.
Sideburns. But speaking of Tobuscus, there's also this one that Mark and I will watch. And it's Ninja. Have you seen Ninja Sex Bomb?
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They have this one for Super Smash Brothers. It's so fucking hilarious. And one for Minecraft, and it's like a creeper, and he's trying not to like blow people up and be an asshole. But whoever sings it, he's like trying not to swear, and he's like funky. He's like, that's some funky bull shrimp or something like that instead of bullshit. Oh, it's so good.
We'll have to watch it because that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, they're so funny. There's like a whole Zelda rapping. Oh, it's he's like singing, and this the guy who's like, it's dangerous out there, take this. And he's like, oh, great. And he's like, wait, is that your Wang in disguise? It's like, you have to fucking watch it. But there's this part that's my favorite, and he like gets transported to a different video game, Zelda does. And it's like Raccoon City or Liberty City, I think. And the old man who gives the sword to him like shows up again. And he's like, it's dangerous out there, so take this. And the guy's like, oh, thanks. Oh, it's your wrinkly dick again. It's so funny. And every once in a while, we'll just like, Mark will bring it up again and we'll watch it. But I'm going to force you to watch it after.
You have to fucking say wrinkly dick. I'm so grossed out now. Anywho, we were talking about darkness, and that really is dark.
Yeah.
And darkness, we want to go over Titans.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's the DC Universe membership thing that we were talking about. And at first, I'm like really salty about it because it's like... They're like, oh, do it now for $75.
I don't know. I'm still kind of like. It's not that I'm salty. It's just that I'm not interested. There's so many other things that I like that I'm not. I'm not a DC person though. Like I am, but I'm not. Like I'm not a fan.
I don't know. I get the whole age of subscriptions. I get it. Netflix is doing
age of
it.
Subscriptions.
I
don't know. It sounded like it needed
age of subscriptions. You got Netflix, you got Hulu, because you can cut the cable, which we did, and then Mark's like, you miss commercials. So we started cable again.
Wait.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Wait,
absorb
that. Wait. There's commercials on Hulu.
No, I know. No, he was like, I miss fucking channel surfing. I'm like, ugh.
So it's called YouTube. And just type in 2018 commercials, because I'm...
No, it's not even just commercials. He misses, like, not commercials. He misses...
But wait, I go channel surfing through Hulu. I go, oh, I don't want to watch Total Bellas. Oh, I can watch this though. No, I don't want to do that. It literally takes me 20 minutes to figure out what I want to watch.
I can't tell you how often we don't watch TV, but yeah, so he ended up getting it again. I'm like, if you need it, fine. But you've got Hulu, you've got Netflix, all this stuff.
Do you guys still use it now?
Hulu, Netflix?
No.
Cable?
Cable.
Yeah, he wants cable, so we have cable.
Yeah, but have you been watching it?
He watches it for like DuckTales. I'll find stuff, but I don't. With that. But in like the DVR, because the thing that he was getting pissed off about is we had the Hulu stuff where he was doing something through CW when we were watching The Flash, but it was playing off his phone and it was like bad connection.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, if we just watch it and record a DVR, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But so the DC Universe one is claiming that it's like these going to be exclusive shows. I don't know if it's exclusive comic books, but they're allowing you to read issues. Then it's like connect to the community. I don't know what the fuck that means because PlayStation has that, and I don't fucking really connect with anybody. And it had something about like giveaways and whatever else. So they're claiming you can do $75 a year, which sounds horrific, or $75 is what you see, and it sounds horrific. Then you see it's annually, and you're like, all right, well, it's like $625 a month, which is not horrific. It's actually cheaper than Netflix because you're paying $150 a year for that. So the only thing is the Titans is super dark. I was hearing a lot of stuff about it in the trailer. I am kind of pissed because I do want to see Young Justice. It's the animated series they have, and I really enjoyed it when it was on, I don't know if it was just on Cartoon Network or whatever we were watching it on. But the Titan ones, I don't know how I feel about that. You got Robin saying fuck Batman, and you got him fucking curb stomping people and flat out murdering people at the beginning. So I don't really know.
And saying fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman. However he says it, it's like fuck Batman. So it's just weird.
He was trying to say it like,
he was trying to say it like cool.
Fuck Batman.
But he's like, fuck Batman. Like, it was weird. Fuck him.
Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman. So I don't know. It's weird. So Raven looked cool.
Raven is probably the only one I actually like.
Raven looked cool and fit in the setting.
Correct. So what I was going to say is she looked very similar to the Teen Titans Go.
Yes.
And so I was like, cool, I can relate with that.
We need to see that movie, by the way.
Yes.
Save it for dessert. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about the subscription for DC. I don't know if I'm actually...
And they're going through a rebirth. Again. Yeah, so I know that they were talking about changing their name from like DC EU or something like that to DC universe, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember. I was just listening to it. I'll show you the video that I was listening to.
On Marvel news, the Disney and Fox paperwork and all that shit finally went through. So now Disney owns Marvel and Disney owns Fox. Which means Deadpool is part of Disney now. And X-Men are like X-Men in that. But they're all together. So with Marvel, like, because Marvel couldn't have the X-Men in there because they didn't own Fox. Spider-Man was technically still owned by Fox. So now Disney owns Marvel and that. So I don't know if Deadpool's no longer be rated R. I don't know if they're going to keep that to the side and keep it a little bit darker. And not necessarily slap Disney onto Fox like they did with Marvel.
I don't know, because
they're firing people.
Yeah, I was going to say, now we've got the heat on Disney, because not only are they... So... What we were going to say is talking about the controversial shit that happened during San Diego Comic-Con.
I was very surprised.
So I was kind of upset because a lot of the things, and I don't know, maybe they did it also last year and like the year before, that they like have controversial shit that happens, and maybe I was just so like blinded by the... And then not being a part of...
by the light.
like a douche.
Sorry, continue.
Perfect. So, segue,
now
talking about douches.
Doesn't it feel so satisfying when you finish it, though?
Yeah.
Like,
I love finishing.
but
Yeah,
it deserves one.
Was that your palm that you drew on?
No,
I was hoping that we would like hit, and then all of a sudden it'd be like,
yeah, my lines. Yeah.
We'd have, like, I need to draw on this hand, and you draw on that hand, and we high five, and then like an emulated... Like,
dude, but if we did that, the universe would implode. we
just saved you
Freaky
guys.
Friday. Boom.
Freaky Friday.
Woke up in Chris Brown's body.
Why? How does it perch up on his balls like that?
Little Dicky. Freaky Friday is what we're trying to reference. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so what I was talking about...
Disney controversial James Gunn. Boom.
Bridget said it perfectly. So now to the next one. No, I'm just kidding. So James Gunn recently was...
Someone fucking decided to destroy his fucking career is what happened.
So we're going to say an ex-lover probably was super upset and decided to say, like, remember back in 2008 when you wrote all this controversial shit on Twitter?
Yeah.
That probably Twitter just started then, didn't it?
I don't remember.
Like, who gives a fuck? It was how long ago?
Well,
like, you've already hired him.
The thing that he was writing was also, he had dark humor, and I think it was like a joke or whatever the fuck it is. But regardless, our society is getting to the point where, like, if they'll dig and find that you were stupid, they can go, oh, I was a stupid 19-year-old and said some stupid shit online, then that can come back to get you fired from your career, potentially.
Which I think is so stupid, which... I mean, this has been happening all over the place, and so we say that we have freedom of voice, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, wait... You said something that somebody else didn't like
10 years ago.
Yeah, and it's really sad because I think he is phenomenal. I think Guardians of the Galaxy are probably one of the only ones that I actually thought had a premise. It was funny. It was a great cast and everything that was going on.
Well, and I think the thing that really is shitty about it is, again, he's being held for something that happened 10 years ago, and it's the same if you're like, and Disney has the right to hire and fire whoever they want. Like, I get that. But then,
considering they're literally... Do we not notice that Disney is literally taking over the world?
Every time I hear they buy something else, I'm like, isn't that a monopoly? Isn't this probably not something they should be doing?
Did they also purchase Google?
I don't know.
Did Amazon buy Google, or did Amazon buy Disney? Who's taking over who? Because I'm pretty interested in
this. I was reading about Amazon today about them treating people like shit and everything. So there's a whole
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard it's one of the best companies to work for.
I hear.
Or actually, not that they are the best companies to work for. They actually... if you were to decide to leave, they actually give you like an option, like you can do this or this to like get paid out. And
I heard their turnover is less than a year, and they don't let their people take bathroom breaks.
What? That is so...
I don't know.
That's so stupid. And it depends on what they're doing. Like, what position are you looking at?
Well, that and then...
It could be the call center, so like that doesn't mean that that's the whole
factory,
company.
like people pulling shit all day.
Oh.
And I don't know. So yeah, there's a whole bunch. But regardless, like with the James Gunn stuff, it's like you're looking at this stuff, you're pulling this stuff from years ago, and I like that he was like, hey man, yep, no, I did write that stuff. I'm a different person than I was now. I've grown as a person. So he's kind of like, hey man, like this, it just happens. Like I was stupid and I don't hang out with the crowds that I used to. And back then my comedy for him, or however his humor was that way.
Well, he even joked about like, what comic book or comic, was it like the comic characters he would sleep with, or something like that. Like it was just so dumb. Like they're upset because he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna rape blah blah blah."
And I mean, rape's a strong word, but still,
well, that's what they were saying. Like, oh, he said rape. He was gonna rape like Batgirl or something like that. Like, come on, it's a fucking character.
Still, I get it, and at the same time, like if you're gonna hold people to that standard, then why? Like Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. He was heavy in drug use.
Can we also
10, 15 years ago?
So this is where we're going to go.
So is he get fired? Like it's bullshit.
Hold on, like this is where we're going to go now. So
people not allowed to change.
So we just fired James Gunn. That's his name, right? Yep. We did not do anything with Robert Downey Jr., but everybody loves him, so we're going to keep him. Johnny Depp is also with Disney. Fantastic Beasts.
You said something
as well as Pirate. So he actually was. Again, so if you're going to fire one person for the shit that he said 10 years ago, but then Johnny Depp has allegedly hit and struck his ex-wife and now they're not together anymore, but he's still with Pirates of the Caribbean and he's still with it, like, you guys need, like, they need to figure out then who are they going to let go? Are they just going to fire everybody? Like, that's the thing. And then all of a sudden you have your Fantastic Beast panel, which was awesome, and Johnny Depp came out in character and did like a whole like skit and said things, which is super awesome, but then everybody's all mad because now everybody hates him currently because of the things that happened with him and Amber Heard. And not only is he on set in a panel that everybody else is upset about, which is stupid, and they're all freaking out, Amber Heard is the next panel.
Oh, shit.
So now everybody's all mad because they're like, oh my god, I can't believe they were in the same area together and no one blah, blah, blah. Like, to be honest, they said they never crossed paths. And I'm pretty sure that probably was something that they were keeping on tabs so they could make sure that nothing happened. And also, she was representing Aquaman because she's the redhead in Aquaman. And which I feel is Ariel. You have Aquaman, she's a redhead, she's a mermaid, totally Ariel.
No.
But, like, that's the thing. They're gonna sit there and talk about James Gunn, fire him, but then they have Johnny Depp over in their other corner as Pirates of the Caribbean.
And you have Robert Downey.
Which, again, like, Johnny Depp stuff is
Captain
literally
America
this
had a
year.
banana up his butt in that one movie.
Did he really? Oh my god.
Not another teen movie was the first time.
Okay, not another teen movie. Hands down, he was sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously watched Not Another Teen Movie all the time. Because, one, I thought it was funny because I'm like, I shouldn't be watching this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. And I think that's where I got all my weird sex humor.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, this is Varsity Blue style, but the banana's in his ass.
Yeah. It was for the movie, but yeah.
And it was not even in his butt. Like, when he walked, it, like, wiggled.
I know that was
it was like a fake fucking banana.
But that's the thing. It's like...
By the way, Chris Evans, I want to put a banana in your ass. Can I just smear the banana all over your chest? Am I going to get fired for this?
Yeah, you're going to get fucking fired. You're fucking fired. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, so I don't know who did it. I don't know what made someone go and dig through all that stuff and decide to use it against them.
I say it's an ex-lover.
Are we going to still use that? Shouldn't we use
Someone's canoodling.
Shouldn't we do that with our president, with all the shit he's fucking said?
Exactly. So now we're going down a lovely little rabbit hole of, honestly... Our whole country just needs to relax and
it's
stop.
This weird society of like, hey, you have freedom of speech. Oh, well, no, you don't. Only if you say things that don't offend anybody.
Yep.
Because we're gonna bite you in the end of that. Like, sorry.
Exactly. Like, shows are canceled. Roseanne.
Yep. Oh,
like,
yeah, true.
Yep. Presidents look dumb.
Well, he doesn't need
My
help
name's
with
Reek.
He doesn't need help with that. He just...
I'm Reek.
I just don't know if it's going to keep going further than that.
It will always, and it's sad.
We had that Chris Hardwick thing that happened. That's a different thing, but
which he's already back.
That's what I was going to say. Like, they had that. Everyone was talking about it, and then they're like, okay, well, that's fine. We're just going to keep moving forward. everything.
So it should be like that. It should be like, oh, you're going to... It's like the thing that I think of, and I know that we're...
It's also
kind of off topic and everything.
It's also a private thing with them, and like if you're gonna get that shit figured out, and if things actually happened and that we don't know about, then handle your shit. Handle your shit privately instead of like I don't know.
No, I feel like it's extremely high school. Like I feel like not even high school. I feel like it's middle school, and it's like, oh, Chris Hardwick like touched me inappropriately, and then they're like, where did he touch you? Like here.
But the thing is, it's like, I think there's definitely some truth to that, because then she
Which
was
I
coming up there and a
understand.
lot of people did. But that's the thing, it's like, it's hard, because then it's a hard situation. Because I definitely tarnished his name for me a little bit, and I was very surprised when I was talking to Mark. He's like, oh yeah, he's already hosting this and this. I'm like, oh. Which is hard, because it's like a double-edged sword, where I'm like, well, did anyone actually look up on it, or is it just news there and gone?
Yep.
Like, hey, this happened, and meh.
Yeah.
Like, are there people going to really know about James Gunn being fired from this? Like, yes, there's, like, we're passionate about it, because we're like, hey, man, this fucking sucks. But at the same time, there's like, other people are like, oh, bye, it came and went. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Nor does anybody really know who a lot of these people are, because they don't really... They watch the movies.
Yeah.
They don't know who the directors are. Or anybody that's in it. Now, the other thing that
can't, like, even though we're sitting there talking about, like, James Gunn being fired and, like, oh, why not fire Iron Man? But we can't also pick and choose, like, what's happening either. Mm-hmm. So that's, I don't know, it's a hard thing, but I just feel like society in general, they're just like, oh, no, you said something bad, that offends me, so you're gonna get fired. Yeah. Like, I can't imagine that, like, being fired from my job for something that I might have done, like, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Which, again, 10 years ago, he's saying, like, I was an idiot.
Yeah, I was 21. God knows what I was saying 10 years ago.
I
don't hang out with the same people that I did 10 years ago.
I don't even know where the people I hung out with 10 years ago is. Wow. Like, I was down in a strip club somewhere.
Yeah, living in a ditch. Yeah.
But that's the thing that
living in a van.
Living down by the river.
See, I know her trigger. I know all your triggers.
Anything Chris Farley or fucking Adam Sandler.
I just have to start it, and then you just, like, morph into it. You're like, I gotta finish it. She did, like,
That's really disgusting.
Yeah, I know you. She, like, did the whole arm thing, too. Like, when he's...
Man.
You're
doing that.
But you're adjusting his belt. No, when he adjusts his belt, he's all mad. Yeah.
Living in a van down by the river. Well, then when you were doing that, all I could think of was that man in a little coat. Richard, what's happening? He must play for the Yankees.
So bad.
Oh, my favorite is room service. You want mint for pillow? No, leave me alone. Room service? You want me to jerk you up? What kind of hotel is this? Oh, it's you. Good morning, sunshine. Now I kind of want to go watch that. We're just adding movies to our movie day. So anywho, that's our whole rant for James Gunn, Johnny Depp, Disney. I don't know. Maybe if you guys have any comments about it, definitely feel free to pitch in. But it's kind of a bummer. I think society in itself has just gotten way over the top. And the other thing, like, I've been watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Mm-hmm. And I just watched one that was going to be helping with a...
Is it the police officer?
No, it was the transgender change. Yeah, the girl into the guy. And... I mean, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's like, you can't be mad at people when we're not educated or understand. Like, I understand where they're coming from, but I don't know these things.
Which I liked that episode a lot, because when
I absolutely loved it because I could hear it.
Well, and then France was in there talking about it, and he had that conversation with him, and he's like, I don't know where you're coming from. Like, I'm uneducated. And it was
it was very powerful.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there listening to, you said his name was Tran, right? Tran?
France. Yeah, it's like T-R-A-N. Tran. France.
Yeah, like I think it was like a one syllable.
Tron France? Should I Google it?
The dude's name that's got the
It's like T-R-A-n. Tan?
Tan France. That's it. Not Tran.
Sorry. Tranny is what it... No, it's not Tranny.
No, it's Tan is his name, I believe.
You're right.
So Tan is speaking to the person that they're working with. And
you're right, so it's Tan France, sorry.
Okay, so Tan...
But it's spelled with T-R-A-N.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But it's tan.
So, but with him being gay.
Yep.
And the other individual being a transsexual, like, to have where we think, oh, well, they're all in the same community.
They're not.
And I loved it because they were like, no, I'm not.
I don't know anything.
He said, he's like, I have not been in the LGBTQT community. Like, I'm not sure how you feel. And he even asked, like, when I am nervous or say something incorrect, like, does that hurt you? Which they said, or he had stated that it did hurt him when, you know, people say that
she or something like
yeah,
that.
she or he or her, or because people just don't understand. Which, to an extent, I was like, oh, I get that now.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, it's like, well, then you have to, like, unfortunately, if you're planning to do those things and you're offended by it, like, you have to also understand where those other people are coming from. We're not doing it in a hateful place.
Yeah.
We're doing it because we're just not educated. And it's not that I don't want to be educated. Like, I would love to understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Because everybody can do their own thing. And now, like, I was listening to Joe Rogan, and there's a new fluid gender.
Oh,
which
yeah.
someone changes. Gender fluid. They change genders throughout the day.
Isn't that Miley Cyrus right now?
I have no idea. Oh. But that is interesting. But, like,
a lot of celebrities are doing that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Like, also, it was an interesting Joe Rogan because that was more biological, and they were talking to a sex doctor, and she was talking about how, like, no, gender is biological. There is differences and blah, blah, blah. So that's a whole thing that if you guys want to go listen to it, he did a really good job with the doctor. But, I mean, for me, like, I'm open to understanding, but I just need to know.
Yeah.
Like, if that's something that offends somebody, instead of being offended right away, they should be like, hey, just to let you know, like, I like being referred to as a man.
So-and-so.
Or I like to be referred to as a woman. And
yeah,
so that we aren't offending people without even knowing it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is
like
the James
grandparents.
Gunn stuff.
No, it's like grandparents that don't know about, like, being able to say, like, African American or they're just raised in a different time.
Yeah. You're like, oh no.
Nope.
No, and that's
you teach
the thing.
them.
When you go back to, like, the James Gunn thing, a lot of that stuff that he's tweeting is his dark humor, and I have friends who have some pretty dark humor. Mm-hmm. That it's like, I don't want them to be having conversations that we have privately in my house out in public, because I don't know what people would think, because that it just sucks. Like, it's hard, and that's where it's like everyone, you know, we sit there and claim everyone gets offended easily, and maybe that's the case. Maybe that everyone just really has less filter with everyone, because, you know, you go to a different place, it's very polite to, like, not say something. It's interesting. I don't know where exactly the society is going. Sorry, my Slytherin came out for a second. But yeah, sometimes, you know, I have to be careful in my workplace, and I try not to swear and do all that stuff, and try not to offend people by saying things a certain way, because it could affect them hiring me or not hiring me. Or sometimes I get nervous. I'm, like, going through slideshows showing people our work, and I come across a gay couple, and I don't know if my couple that I'm currently meeting with are okay with that.
That's kind of stupid.
And it makes me a little nervous to, like, kind of go through and be like, and I'll hit the button a little quicker, or maybe I'll hold the picture up for a little bit longer, because I don't know if that's going to make or break, because people will go, oh yeah, no, you shoot those weddings, and I don't want to be a part of it. I've never had that happen, but, you know, that it goes through my mind.
Wow.
Or vice versa, having gay and lesbian weddings, and, like, we were working on making a slideshow specifically for that.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing, it's like,
you don't want to...
What if I don't...
count them out either.
Well,
like,
and if I don't...
single them out.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, why do I need to make 2 separate slideshows? That's stupid.
Yep.
They're all people in love. It doesn't matter. That kind of thing.
Exactly. See, and that's what we're going through, is we overthink things now.
Yeah.
And now we're like, oh, wait, should I say that? Like, same thing that we have been talking about, how you're trying to make a brand for yourself, personal branding. I still have issues with that as well. Like, I sit there and think, what can I say? Yep. And so I sit there and I'm thinking, like, the other day I wrote a tweet about a review that I did for Scotty Young's I Heart Fairyland. And I Hate Fairyland. And it said something like, 4 days ago I birthed a masterpiece or something like that. And I was like, well, that sounds disgusting. So I thought about it for a second, and I was like, you know what? No, that's me.
Yeah.
So I totally said, like, I birthed a masterpiece. Oh, gross. Or I'm like, oh, wait, moving on, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, that is me.
I was gonna write a tweet because Nathan Fillion did a Uncharted live action little short, and it's great. And him and Zach Levi were kind of bantering, saying, "Oh, if they actually do an Uncharted movie, I'll fight you to the death for it." And I wanted to write this tweet, and it was gonna say like, "Hey guys, you're both amazing, but sorry, Nolan North's like my one and only," kind of thing. And there was a pause there.
Did you do it?
I ended up doing it later after I saw North responded to them saying like, "You're both pretty." But my initial thing of like me wanting to write it, I was almost afraid, weirdly enough, of the blowback of that.
Yep.
Like I was afraid of what other people were going to say, and then I was like, "Oh my god, what if the actors were like, well, you suck?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." It was weird. It was like a weird moment where I'm like, I don't like, I've had it where you want to tweet or you say something, you write it all out, and you're like, "Oh, I'll just not do it."
I just do it now.
I'm trying to get better.
You gotta just do it because guess what? Tweets are so fast.
But here's the thing:
They're gonna lose them.
No, you don't lose them. They stay there to haunt you for 10 years, and then they're gonna fucking get you.
For us.
Well, I'm just saying, like that's the thing. Like, the internet is forever.
The internet lies.
It does lie, except for that unicorn dude. You can't see that.
I was trying to volley up that the internet lies, but we don't. But the unicorn dude. Oh my god. You, buddy, wherever you are, keep fucking hoofing. I'm definitely putting that, like, link of that unicorn dude in
You need to put the link of that, and I think we need to do a little Dicky so people know what we're talking about. Because when my husband was listening to the episode, he said he got that brain's gotta poop stuck in his head for, like, 5 minutes. And I had to show him, because he's like, I don't fucking know what it's from. So
Why did I put dinosaurs on it?
But here's the funny thing. So when you're watching that one, it's called Pillow Talk by Lil Dicky. So we click on it to have my husband watch it.
And it's long.
And that's the thing. He's like, I'm not going to fucking watch this like 10-minute thing. I was like, you don't have to. Scrub through. He scrubs maybe like a minute and a half in. And then we sat and watched the entire thing. I was like, see? And he's like, huh. But like, I'm intrigued now. I'm invested.
You listen to it and you're like, because you're like, oh man, this is kind of dumb. He's really
making
that's
a point.
Real.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense. And this chick is dumb, and she don't know about Pangea.
You know what's hilarious?
Fucking bitch don't know about Pangea.
Do you know about Pangea?
No, I don't know about Pangea.
Yes, you do.
So bitch doesn't know about Pangea.
Yes, you do. Because I was the same way. And then Mark's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "What is it?" And then he's like, "When all the continents were together."
And then they broke apart.
That's called Pangea.
I know.
But
I didn't know it was the term Pangea.
He told me that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I guess I've never heard that. I haven't heard that in years."
Yep.
And I was like, "Wow, I feel so
It was probably
bad.
in my head somewhere. Pillow talking with a.
But as soon as he said it, as soon as he told me that's what it was, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yep. I was like, please, anybody who wants to do any one of those,
just make sure. Now I'm educated.
Trivia.
If anyone says Pangea, I'm like, I will never fucking forget.
Bitch, know about Pangea is what I'm gonna say. You know what? I just got a great idea. Oh, I'm capitalizing on this. I'm not even gonna say it because somebody's gonna steal it.
Okay.
Great. Type it.
Well, that's the end.
No, wait. I have one more. Sorry. There's one more, and I apologize. So the other one that I was going to talk...
The one thing she's not going to share was the end of this show.
It was, but guess what? You guys aren't going to get that. So I'll tell you. Remind me.
Okay.
But the other controversial thing that I thought was hilarious, but again, people were upset about, was Tom King. He is the one who wrote issue 50 for Batman.
This is why I wouldn't know it, because I don't. You're definitely more geeky on comic books than I am. Continue.
So, he's the one that wrote issue number 50 for Batman.
You're being offensive.
Oh, I apologize.
I'm offended. You're fucking fired.
You're offended because I'm pushing up my fake glasses because
you're
wearing glasses.
I'm wearing my glasses, and I'm offended that you're pushing up your fake ones.
So speaking of glasses,
with your no braces in your mouth.
Actually,
You have a retainer.
I do have a retainer, guys, so I win. But this reminds me of Guess Who?
Your retainer in my glasses. Together,
we create
Wonder
the
Twins
best
unite.
fucking nerd ever. Oh, we're so hot. But seriously, like, he created issue 50, which is Batman and Catwoman, and they were supposed to get married.
Okay.
And everybody was super upset on how it ended, which if you haven't read it, I'm not going to say anything. You can go read it, whatever. It's a really good issue. Honestly, I loved the issue.
Okay.
And the way that I did it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Because it's
can you almost like ruin it because they're just redoing the universe anyway?
Well, that's the thing. So what happens, because I'm going to tell you anyway.
See, triggered.
Now I'm upset. Ugh, I went Hulk mode.
Supposed to go Super Saiyan. Ultra Instinct.
So, but what I'm super upset about is people are like death threatening him. So he actually had to have a bodyguard be put on him during San Diego Comic-Con, and then everybody was pissed off because they were like, well, all these other writers had death threats for all of their comics. How come they didn't get a bodyguard? Well, one, it wasn't a bodyguard that was put on by DC. Yeah. Two, it wasn't a bodyguard, or now our day and age, you have to have that. Before you wouldn't have thought some crazy person would come in with a grenade.
Maybe they didn't feel as threatened as he did. Maybe some shit happened that made him go, I really need this.
To be honest, there was no internet or tweets back then that were going to go and be like, I'm going to fucking kill blah, blah, blah for the Killer Croc being,
I feel like we're going to need like a whole new podcast of like why people decide that that's... Talk about things that stay on the internet forever. Like, you're sitting there saying that you're going to kill somebody. Like, that's... I mean, and you're like, oh, it's a joke, whatever. Like,
no, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but like I'm saying, like, depending on these people's screen names or whatever else, if it ever gets linked back to them, shouldn't they get fucking fired because they literally were saying they were going to murder a celebrity? Like, it's just weird.
Did you find out how the guy got ratted out? Again, I had mentioned Phoenix Comic-Con. The guy coming in that was just loaded with fucking...
Did he go through security?
Can I just say, this gentleman...
It was his...
He is
mission in
insane.
Life. Yeah.
And it was his, I guess, mission in life to kill the Green Ranger.
Well, he was saying that he was the real Punisher. He was the live version of the... Like, he's like, I am the Punisher.
Yeah, so if he was the Punisher, which, I mean, I saw his mugshot. He is not the Punisher, because I saw the Punisher and that John guy. Super hot. This kid, super gross and weird, crazy. Anywho, that... One, the Punisher wouldn't have gone off
after jail.
Probably, we can definitely look it up. But the Punisher would never have meddled with a green Power Ranger. Yeah. Like, come on! If you read the comics, you're not gonna go after the Green Ranger. Like, go after the actual actor who plays Daredevil, please. Yeah. Like, come on. But he gets through security. Not only does he have multiple guns, he had ninja stars. That dude knew that he was going to run out of something and just start chucking ninja stars. So, but that's the thing. Like, nowadays, people do feel threatened that they're going to need to have a bodyguard.
True.
Like
the Phoenix.
So, one, all the people that are bitching because he had a bodyguard. Two, he did it in a fun way. He even did a tweet about it and made it like, oh, my bodyguard is already bored of checking for toys and stuff. Like he's just being light of it. And then everybody's like, oh, DC gave you a bodyguard and all this stuff. Like, no, again, it wasn't from DC.
I'm wondering if something seriously happened where he's like, I feel
have
personally threatened and I'm going to hire someone to help me.
That's what I was going to say. The kid from Phoenix that got through there, the reason why he got caught, because he literally got through, he probably could have done some damage.
Yeah.
Was because a girl saw previously messages, like she knew the guy that was going to be doing it, messages on his Facebook about what he was doing and where he was going to be at and what he was going to be dressed at. So she leaked it to the cops. So again, social media, he was found because of social media. So it's just a whole cluster. We'll definitely have to do a whole thing on it because it's irritating. One, because people that are not needing to be fired are getting fired. The
safety that we shouldn't have to be worrying about stuff like that during a convention, and now it's something we have to now.
Yeah, and all the people that have to get their weapons checked and
someone pulled the fire alarm this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they pulled the fire alarm and like they kicked everyone out towards the end of Saturday night and like refunded people. Oh,
that's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. People keep ruining things for others. Sad. We ended this really bad.
Do we have anything nice that we can say besides like, because I don't want to end it on like a sad note.
Why'd I put dinosaurs on it?
Put dinosaurs on that bitch. Oh no, Bish. I'm trying to think of something positive. What can we say positive?
Bish don't know about Pangea.
Ramen. Yay. Noodles. Yay.
Okay, handmade noodles.
Handmade noodles.
Oh, that is like life.
I was about...
Real quick, did you... The experience that we had at the ramen restaurant.
Yes.
Honestly, I had a fantastic experience with Steve, and then all of a sudden I bring you, and then it's just like, it was hot. I was getting so sweat like no one's business.
I'm glad that I wore breezy clothes because it was humid in there. And then we're eating nothing but spicy shit, so we're just sweating, guys.
What's even better
It was hotter outside.
Then we go and say, okay, we're going to go home.
Oh.
We're going to play a game until 2, 3 o'clock at night. We got this. I even have snacks over here. I got M&Ms.
Yeah,
I got Muddy Buddies and all this other. I had like a Sprite. I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah, so we went out for dinner, and then we fucking started hyping World of Warcraft because the expansion comes out August 15th.
Yes.
And you need to get your character up, and we were just fucking hyping it. We're like, yeah, man, it's gonna be great. And we got fucking excited. We're talking about shit. And we're like, we're gonna fucking go home. We're gonna fucking play all fucking night. All night, man. And then we find out that we've been sitting at the restaurant for like 2.5 hours. We're like,
Which happens.
Yeah.
Which happens.
Yeah.
We talk way too much, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well now Mark should know that this is the reason why. And he was a part of it.
Yeah,
which was super awesome.
So,
thanks, Mark.
So we were like, yeah, we're gonna fucking get snacks, and like this whole night was unfolding. We're like, epic. It's gonna be like fucking a high school night, like a summer during a high school night where you're like, I'm gonna fucking stay up and play games all night. I'm gonna drink still need to drink the Code Red, and do all this shit. And so then we get home, we don't sign on right away because
I had to clean up puppy poop.
Yeah, and then I was telling Mark, like, she probably got snacks.
I did get snacks.
And so
I was like, you go get snacks, I'll go clean up the dog crap.
So then finally we get on WoW at like 10:30 maybe?
Yeah.
10:30.
This is really sad.
And we're like trying to get ready, and we're starting, and we're like, fuck yeah, man, it's gonna be amazing. And we're both still hyping each other on there. We're like, yeah, man, like I'm ready, let's do some fucking quests, right?
I'm like drinking Sprite and going like, where do I go? Where do you want to go?
30 minutes later. SpongeBob screen. 30 minutes later. We're fucking like, man, I'm tired. Wow, man, yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna go to sleep. Like, there goes our fucking 2 a.m. Like, I'm gonna play all fucking night and go to bed at 4 a.m.
I'm all like, hey, are you gonna play tomorrow?
Yeah, dude, fucking passed out, hit hard. Like, the food was so good. He was fucking falling asleep. He had 3 bowls of ramen. So I'm surprised he was in his wake when he was.
He was in this chair going like this.
Yeah, Mark got on the futon, and he was literally, Mark and all my dogs were sleeping at the end. I'm like, fuck, man, like, I'm last man standing. Like, I'm tapping out. And I felt like an asshole, because I was like, oh my god, she's probably going to stay up and play till 2. And I'm like, sorry, bitch, like, I'm going. But then you're like, yeah, I'm tired too. I'm like, yes, like, it's not just me.
I was literally, like, thinking that while I started questing, and all of us, like, literally,
just
like I was about to.
Shut down.
And all of a sudden you're like, I think I'm going to tap out. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm good. I don't have to say it.
And you like that because you feel bad. But like, yeah, as soon as like I was sitting there playing, running around, I just engine started fucking shutting down.
It was like
and
the engine that could.
I think I can't. Yeah, it was a record player stopping. Yeah, it was just bad. And I'm like, well, I'm that fucking old person. And you know what? I don't even fucking bad about it at all. Like, I got in my bed, fucking got all in there cozy and shit. And I was like, fuck, nailed it. I'm gonna fucking crush sleeping right now. And I did. I woke up the next day and I was like, I feel fucking fab. It's so bad.
Perfect. That was a great ending.
Yay.
And now we can actually leave because that was a little bit happier than what we were previously talking about.
Yeah, that was a low point.
I felt really bad for even like turning off anything because I was like,
it got quiet and sad.
Like, both of us were like. But on that note, I'm glad that you guys were listening. Let us know what you think about San Diego Comic-Con. Don't get tickets because we're getting them and we don't want to compete against anyone.
Or get us fucking tickets. What the fuck, man?
Oh, yeah. And if you need my member ID, please let me know. DM me.
Whoever wins the lottery, let us know, and then we can get you the member ID so you
I'll
can buy
Venmo
us
you
tickets.
money.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that I get that over to you.
Yeah, because we definitely want tickets.
Definitely check out some of the artists. I'll be posting a couple, and also, woo, Bridget's throwing shit at me.
Like a ninja star.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it.
She just takes it.
Okay,
takes it back to it.
I meant, it's a business card. I meant like Gambit. I was going to throw it like Gambit. Oh,
We got
shit.
this. We got
I'm
this.
just gonna stop. I'm done. I'm stopping.
We're just ending. I'm not even going to say a shout out anymore. As always, remember to geek responsibly.